See if it's working. Let's see if the sound is working. And sounds like it is. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm John Miglosh for the WDMA. We're going to be talking about how people read letters today. And I think it'll help if you're doing a direct mail piece. But before we do, we're going to get over here to see the new Apple check-in feature from iPhone. Well, I should say the father's sending his daughter off to school in the car, in her little Honda car, for the first time, and says it's time to say goodbye. I remember those days. I remember almost being front-ended by my daughter cutting in front of somebody. She said, "Well, I had a green light." I said, "So did they." She thought an arrow. She thought it was always an arrow when it was just a green light and another. Never mind. I did scream a few times, but I got through it, and they're all out there now.
It's time
I will say goodbye over the
to
skateboard.
say goodbye.
Check-in arrived at school. Check-in automatically. Relax. It's an iPhone. AT&T. Okay, I guess that's all there is. And so now let's go to the backstory from Amy Houston, I think. Here we go. PDF. Boom, boom, boom. Apple touts clever iPhone features with two relatable spots. Amy Houston. I guess it's automatic. You know, I use Waze. I suppose I could use Apple. Waze actually finds my house where I don't think Apple does. Although about 10 years ago, I named our driveway. It's a good quarter-mile long, but I named it after my mom who passed away. And I put it into Waze because you can edit Waze. You can tell Waze that this road doesn't go through or it does or whatever. And so I named it, and now Google and I think even iPhone navigation picked up the name, even though it's not official. I should put a sign out by the front. But now I can tell people not my real address, but my fake address, and they can find my house, which is wonderful. Okay, so the Giant Tech has added to its Relax Its iPhone campaign with two new ads. We're just watching that one, which is one is the all-day battery life. I guess that one has, a kid practicing his karate chop, trying to break a board, and he goes till nightfall, and the camera's still running. I think a kiddie soccer game might be more appropriate. I actually have a Sony Handycam or Action Cam, and those go about 3 or 4 hours, and who'd want to edit that? But anyway, I rigged up a strap so it could attach to my hat, and you could watch the soccer game, and you could just watch your kid, and the whole thing records on its own. But anyway, this one he anxiously waits to hear that she got to her destination safely, and letting her know that she's checked in. I don't know, we could text. It doesn't seem like that big a feature, but it was created in-house by Apple. I thought they did a nice job. It has to have a little bit of humor. They're going to be aired during the college football playoffs. So this article just came out, but Amy's in Scotland, I think. And so maybe she doesn't know, but the college playoffs were almost a month ago. Max nix. Let's go on. Okay, Quad is closing its West Sacramento print shop, laying off 56. It'll be closing next month. I don't think it has anything to do with Quad deciding never to talk about print, to call themselves a marketing agency or an ad agency instead of a printer. It couldn't have anything to do with not trying to sell print, but just trying to sell add-on services to print. I know people are still buying print because I worked on a quote just this past weekend for 10 million catalogs for about, 64 to 88 pages. So people are still buying print, but if you don't really want to print, then I think, yeah, you probably might have to close some of your print plants. Something to think about. I've been a little critical of Quad. I really admired Harry, and it's just down the street. I mean, it's a couple of miles, but I'm willing to travel to Summit, Wisconsin, or Sussex, Wisconsin, even I'm even willing to travel at my own expense if anybody at Quad hears this and wants to meet and see if they want some suggestions, since I remember visiting their plant in 1978. But let's get on to something with meat on it. This is from Direct Mail Mastery Momentum, May 2023. You might recognize a little bit of similarity between this logo and our Join the Digital Rebellion. I think that's what it says. Yeah, no. Rebellion might be better. Join the Digital Resistance. Okay, so that's our unofficial slogan here at the WDMA, the Warriors for Direct Marketing, or a lot of other things you could say. So anyway, should letters look like personal correspondence? And I'm not sure that this actually answers this question, but I've had it here on my desk for a couple of months, and I really like the diagram, okay, because it's got everybody wandering around. We'll get to that in a second. And so Dave Foley, who's one of the founders of Direct Mail Mastery, graciously sent me a PDF of this. Any discussion of direct mail letters begins with the work of Professor Siegfried Vogel, whom Jeff Brooks, a fundraising professional based in Seattle, Washington, calls the Albert Einstein of direct mail. And in Professor Vogel's book, Handbook of Direct Mail, he presents the reading curve, and this is the gist of it right here. He says people start by looking at the return address. Oops. I accidentally made a little red mark.